Um, yeah, we're all aware of what it is and what could potentially come at the end of it, but I think what this group is really good at is focusing on what we need to do, and it's effectively just another match week. I know there's a lot of hype around it, and there will be, and there'll be a lot of distractions that you'll have to deal with and put to the side, and we're good at focusing on what we need to do, what we need to get better at from last week. We know what we want. We want to win this game. And there's enough experience in the group to know how tough it is to go to a place like Twickenham and win. So from our side of things, we have an awful lot to do ourselves off the pitch, training wise, recovery wise, today or yesterday and today, and whatever else comes with that is something we can't really focus on, or we gotta put to the side.
Championship is already sealed, but are you trying to essentially kind of block that out of your minds, given that the Grand Slam is on and it would only be the third one ever? Or have you taken a bit of confidence from it and said, look, we are the champions, we've earned that, let's use that to springboard ourselves into Twickenham?
Yeah, a bit of both. I think it was a bit of a weird feeling on Saturday evening watching the England game and knowing that we had effectively won it. And I think just by people's reactions, obviously there was we said well done to each other, but there's something more, something we want, something more that we want, and that's going to be our focus this week. And yeah, to be champions going into the last round, you got to take confidence from that. That's happened for a reason. We've worked really hard for that, and that'll give us confidence going into this week. We won't get carried away with ourselves. We still, it's the flip of what happened last year, and we know what England's motivation is going to be like. We know how tough it is over there. We know all the things that are going to come into this game. So, it was a bit weird winning it and we're having another week left. But I think there's a hunger in this playing group, coaching group, everyone involved that we want to go one more.
Do you think that you still kind of haven't hit your peak? You've won the championship, which is amazing, but is there a feeling among the camp that you can still even step up a little bit, and maybe you need to do that for this game? It's the perfect time to do it.
Hitting our peak, I think every game is different. Every game we've learned something about ourselves. We've addressed it in the meeting room. We've changed. We've ironed it out in training, and then it's gotten better every game. So every game this championship we have gotten better. And we know as good as we've been, it won't be good enough against England. So if that answers your question, I think we will have to go to another level to put in a really good performance and put ourselves in a position to beat England.
And do you believe that level is there, Conor?
Oh yeah, 100%. We've done some really good things in this championship. We've played really well. A lot of the things that we've trained or thought would happen have happened. And on the other side, there's always been something. With every team, with every game, you never played a perfect game. Maybe you're trying to do that. So there's always fixes. There's always little things that we can get better at. And definitely for this group of players, with the experience, with the new guys coming in, the younger generation that have added so much, there is something there. There's another level, which is what we're striving towards.
You played Lions, Australia, New Zealand, played games for Ireland, Chicago, the All Blacks. Where does this challenge of going to the home of England rugby and trying to win a slam rank for you?
Be up there. It's definitely up there. Probably up there at the top. Something a lot of fellas in the squad haven't done. I think it's Rob and Rory that are left that have done a slam. And we can start talking about it now, because that's what's in front of us if things go well. And like I said, the motivation is in the group, and it's about how we not get into the distraction of all that, and how we just go about our business like we usually do in a match week, with something really special to play for. Yeah, and it's right up there. It's hugely. It's not daunting. It's a massive occasion, but I think it's a one this group is going to enjoy and relish. I think we do have the ability, definitely. And I think it's just about getting that performance together and trying to nail it as best we can.
Conor, you used the word daunting. Is there an element that you have to do something different this week to kind of allay those fears of nerves, of what's at stake here?
No, I kind of corrected myself. I said it's not daunting. It's just a big occasion. It's a massive occasion, and it's one that a lot of lads haven't faced into before. But there's a lot of lads in the group that have played massive games and know how to go about a big match week. So that's there, and that's it's a comforting thing to have. And there's a new crop of players in this group as well that that older players and more experienced players can kind of guide through the week. And I wouldn't have any fears about the younger players. They're just so good at rugby that it comes so naturally to them. And if there's a bit of advice here or there that some of the older guys and more experienced guys can give, then I'm sure we will. And that's again part of the challenge of a unique week we have.
Given what you've produced and what England have, do you see that you feel you're more than good enough to produce a performance over there, going how they're playing it?
They've had a couple of tough games, but they're still the same side that won a slam and another championship back to back. So, that's the same thing as us, maybe losing a game here or there and a couple of things not going right, but we still believe we're good enough, and we would be. So England are going to be no different. They're going to be coming home. They're going to have a lot to play for. A lot of pride there as well. They're full of world class players. So I wouldn't get fooled by the fact that they've lost a couple of games. I still think they're a really, really good side, and that can be very dangerous. So I don't think we'll fall into that trap. Definitely not. I think we've enough knowledge about them and experience to deal with that.
Given relations that were built up over a couple of Blind tours with some of these England boys, will there be any messages going back and forth in the week?
I don't think so. I think it's too big a week, but you obviously get close to a couple of lads. You stay in touch with them. It's like any of the nations you tour with. You get close, you build relationships, and then when it's match week, and especially the game, you forget about that completely, and then afterwards you worry about afterwards.
Yeah. How much of an incentive do you think, considering what happened at the Illegal last spring, how much of an incentive is there for them to do the same to you guys?
Massively, yeah. If you look at what happened with us last year, losing a couple of games, out of the running to win the thing, at home with a lot of pride, your pride is probably dented a little bit. People are probably questioning you. There's a lot of heat on them. You can see with their media, there's already a bit of pressure coming on them, and it's almost the exact opposite of what happened last year. So they'll have massive motivation. They've had a hugely successful few years, and they haven't changed. They've had a couple of losses this season, but they're going to be revved up for this game. It's going to be a massive occasion, and I keep going back to it. It's a really exciting week. It's the days you dream of being involved in. So I think we're going to be looking forward to it massively.
Last couple.
Apart from the 15 animals in white, what is it about Twickenham that you have to get used to, that makes it not daunting, but that makes it a different place to go, intimidating?
I think it's the quality of opposition, really. I don't think stadiums affect us too much. The drive in, the walk in is pretty special. I think when you walk from the bus and I don't know how long the walk in is, but you get a buzz off that. But it goes back to the team you're playing against. I think they're just a really well-oiled machine. Playing over there is really tough. They put you under a lot of pressure over there, and that's going back to what I talked about at the start of this. For us to get ready for that, we just go about our business as usual and forget all the distractions. It's solely the team you're playing against. Obviously, it's an unbelievable stadium, massive atmosphere. I'm sure there'll be a lot of Irish there too. So, looking at that side of things, it's something I'd look forward to more than be worried about. It's the 15 lads you're facing that you got to be ready for.
And just going back to when you found out you won the title on Saturday evening, were you mixing with Scottish players at that stage, or tapping the back from
yeah, we were chatting. We were in the same room, obviously, and afterwards, after the game, after the speeches, we were chatting to a few of the lads that you know quite well and catching up, and yeah, they obviously congratulated you like they would.
Conor, how difficult has it been the last couple of weeks? You've had different centre combinations. Johnny was saying on Saturday night that he wasn't able to train fully last week. How difficult has that been in regards to running the back line and trying to keep things organised? And could that have an effect going into the game this week, or are you over that now?
No, it's not ideal sometimes when people can't train fully or they're in and out of the session. And I thought we dealt with it pretty well last week, and I thought Gary, especially, who slotted in, did really, really well. And he's been in the group before, but obviously he had his injury run and was out of it for a while, but came back in, and straight away he just knew all his detail, knew how we wanted to play, and you can see he's chatting to Bundy the whole time, he's chatting to Johnny the whole time, and just getting on the same wavelength. looking at the weekend, it was a really good performance, but there was a few areas that frustrated us a little bit in the back line. So that's the good thing. You win with a bonus point, you lock away the championship, and you can keep ironing out those little fixes here or there, and hopefully keep building to a better performance this weekend.
Obviously, that was the most important match to come, but since that time when Johnny Sexton sent over that drop goal, was there the sense back then that this could be something special?
Yeah, when it's all said and done, I suppose if it all works out, then it could paint a pretty good picture or tell a good story about it. And at that time in France and Paris when it happened, you just knew the effect it would have on the rest of the competition. Had we lost that, we would have been chasing and chasing, whereas we won that, and then everything was in our control, and it has been up until this point. So yeah, hopefully it all goes well.